Good evening, students. Now let us discuss about case study problem on microwave engineering subject. That is, the topic is wireless charging of mobile phones using microwaves. Normally, we require a charger whenever we go outside to charge the mobile phones. We need chargers, but this can be avoided if we have an option to charge the mobile phones without due to wireless charging. There is no need to carry the chargers wherever we go. So normally that is microwaves can be used for charging mobile phones in wireless charging, and this technique was implemented by Nokia in Nokia phones. That is Nokia Lumina 1020 model, but it was there was a problem in that mobile phone. It was very costlier, and moreover the problem was the battery was not user replaceable. And let us discuss about this case study problem in detail. That is, as I said earlier, wireless charging is convenient for everyone in order to recharge the mobile phones wherever we go. So recharging of mobile phones is really a great problem often. So in this technique, using microwaves, the charging is done. That is, whenever a call is received, if you receive a call using microwaves, the microwaves are converted into DC power, and the mobile gets charged. So if you talk more, the charging time will also be more, so that there is no need for a separate charger. Here the microwave region of electromagnetic spectrum, in this S-band is chosen, that is for operation. S-band frequency is chosen. 2 to 4 gigahertz is chosen for microwave operating frequency. And let us see in detail how it works. That is charger using microwaves. Here the diagram shows a transmitting station with the microwave transmitter. So the microwaves are transmitted. The microwave generator is used in this transmitter. So normally we use a klystron, magnetron as microwave generators. So here in this circuit they have chosen magnetron as microwave transmitter for generating microwaves. And the antenna for transmitting microwaves is slotted waveguide antenna is used. And at the receiver side in the mobile phones, a sensor is used and a rectenna is used. Let us see in detail about each. Here the in general the principle of operation is whenever the microwaves are transmitted by the transmitter, the slotted waveguide antenna transmits these converts the microwaves into EMF waves, and it is transmitted by this waveguide antenna. And receiver side, the sensor detects the call. If it detects a call, it turns on the rectenna on receiving a call, and this rectenna will convert the microwave power to DC power, so that the mobile gets charged during the call time. This is the principle of operation, and let us discuss in detail about each parts. The transmitter section, as I said, it includes a magnetron and a slotted waveguide antenna. The magnetron is used for producing microwaves, and the slotted waveguide antenna transmitting the microwaves. So this is the diagram of a magnetron. The magnetron is a vacuum tube oscillator which generates high power electromagnetic signals in the microwave frequency range. So here we have chosen the microwave frequency range as S-band, that is 2 to 4 gigahertz. In between this frequency range it is operated. Next, the working principle. Normally whenever a charged particle it is accelerated in the space, it generates electromagnetic waves. That is this is nothing but the Maxwell's law states whenever any charged particle, if it is accelerated in the space means, then it results in electromagnetic waves, and that is the Maxwell's principle behind this operation. This is the magnetron, the transmitter side. It has different parts like antenna, microwave radiation, cooling vanes are shown, and it also has electron cloud which generates the electrons, and when it is the charged particle, when it is accelerated, it produces electromagnetic waves. And here two magnets are used, and cooling panels are also used. Next, this is the slotted waveguide antenna which is used for transmitting microwaves. Why do we prefer the slotted waveguide antennas? Because it has high aperture efficiency. That is, it transmits, it also, it is an omnidirectional antenna, that is, it radiates energy equally in all the directions. That's why it's called as omnidirectional, and it has high aperture efficiency also. That is more than 95%. It has aperture efficiency. So it radiates more energy, microwave energy. It has high power handling capacity. It can handle large powers. So this is the structure of slotted waveguide antenna. On the receiver side, as we saw earlier, it has one sensor to detect whenever a call is received, it will detect the call, and it converts the frequency to voltage. The major part in the sensor is it has an F to V converter, that is frequency to voltage converter. So whenever a call is received, the sensor turns on the rectenna. That is a major function of the sensor. And this is the sensor IC LM2907 is used. It is a frequency to voltage converter, and as I said, the major function is it converts frequency to voltage, and it turns on the rectenna on receiving a call. So the call is detected by this sensor. So on the reception of microwave signal, the sensor directs the rectenna circuit to turn on, and the mobile phone, the rectenna circuit, it converts the microwave energy to DC output. So the IC is operated in the the operating frequency of mobile phone operators for GSM system for mobile communication is 900 megahertz to 1800 megahertz. And this is a rectenna. A rectenna is nothing but a rectifying antenna, rectifier along with an antenna circuit. So rectify the antenna which performs rectification also, that is a rectenna. So normally any antennas, it is a transducer. Antenna is nothing but a transducer. So a rectifying antenna is, it converts microwave power to DC power, and it the DC power is directly given to the mobile, so to charge. So the conversion here is done using a Schottky diode. The Schottky diode performs rectification, that is, it converts microwave to microwave into DC. Why do we prefer Schottky diode? Is because it has lowest voltage drop, and it is speed is also relatively higher than other diodes. So it has lowest power loss due to conduction and switching. At the time of conduction and switching, the power loss is less in this. So we choose Schottky diode is being used in this due to these reasons. This is the mobile phone in which this model, wireless charging technology is implemented in this mobile phone, that is Nokia Lumia 1020 model. And as I said, the major problem in this is the battery is not user replaceable, and the cost of this mobile is also too high, that is it costs around 50,000, and that is one major problem. And the battery is also not user replaceable. It has without wireless charging technology has several advantages, like there is no need it has lower risk of electrical shock or shorting while using a wired charger. So that problem can be avoided in wireless charging, and it is convenient because we need not carry the charger wherever we go. So even that is once if we receive a call, the mobile automatically gets charged, so there is no need for carrying the charger, so it is convenient. And one microwave transmitter will serve for the entire service providers in that one particular area. If one microwave transmitter is provided, it is enough, more than enough. But even though it has so many advantages, the major drawback is the cost is high, and the battery is not user replaceable, and network traffic, it causes network traffic also due to charging. So, and moreover, the wireless transmission of energy causes some drawbacks, effects to human body because of its radiation. And that's all. Thank you.